Welcome to Midnight Coffee with Faisal. I hope everyone is having a cup of coffee and welcome to the show. For those who are regular, welcome back. For those who are first time joining us, a huge welcome. And I'm Faisal, and welcome to Midnight Coffee. And what this Midnight Coffee, the show is all about, is about talking to ordinary people taking extraordinary actions. Yeah, and apparently today we are supposed to connect with a guest coming in from live from Yemen, and I'm still waiting for him to come on board because of the internet connection that is very bad, and we are texting right now uh, with Salami on Facebook. Yeah, and also I'm also having a backup plan. And this is one of the challenges that we will face when we're doing live with countries that is have going through civil unrest. Yeah, civil unrest. So please bear with us, and let me try and connect again with him, and he's sending me some messages, and in the meantime please enjoy your cup of coffee while coming back to the while I come back to the show. Yeah. Well, I'm still waiting for him to come online. Apparently, the internet connection is pretty bad at this point of time. And he just said that he's trying, he's attempting to get onto the channel. Yeah. In the meantime, I will share with you some of the background. Initially, we are supposed to have a conversation, yeah, with a good friend of mine, Dahlan, who is in Palestine, yeah, or Palestine. But apparently, he got back to me and says that they're having some electricity curfew at this point of time. Electricity curfew at this point of time, so we are not able to hook up with him because of the schedule or unscheduled can get hold of him clearly just now. Unscheduled curfew of the electricity, so we shifted to another friend of mine who is in Yemen. Yeah. Because we are trying to talk about the challenges in managing humanitarian projects, especially with the NGOs pre-pandemic, and how the pandemic has affected the humanitarian efforts or activities. Yeah. Um, okay, while waiting for him again, let's see. Let me share with you some of the footages. Yeah, footages that I managed to capture when I was in Yemen. When I was in Yemen back in 2013. Yeah, 2013. That was more than 7 years ago. Uh, where at that time the the political situation, although it's a bit not that stable, but it's still you are still allowed to visit, and we still able to roam around, especially in Sana'a. So let me share with you some of the footages, and while we wait for Salami to link up, yeah. Okay. يا قلبي يانا من حبه يانا يا شوق أمانة تكتب ليالي غرام يا عمري يا كل عمري سلم فؤادي وعن القلب الكلام والله ما كان على بالي والله ما كان على بالي يا هوى والله ما كان على بالي يا هوى قمرك تولع يسألك عليك apparently, Salami managed to come on board. Let me see if I can bring him straight away. He's not using his account. I think he's using Abdul Salam account. Salami, hello, hello, Salami. Can you hear me? Salami, Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum. Ya akhi, Assalamualaikum. Just give me one moment uh, to try, and he's texting me some messages. Yeah. Let me respond to his message uh, on the chat line. Uh, I I cannot hear you. Cannot hear nor see you. Okay, well, let's continue with the video just now. Yeah, while while I'm chatting with him, it's kind of challenging trying to get into a connection with the. Apparently, he has some technical issues. So let me just reshare with you the video. يا قلبي يا انا من حبه يا انا شو امانه تكفى ليالي غرام طاهر يا عمري يا كل عمري سلمت وعليك قلبي كلام والله ما كان على بالي والله ما كان على بالي يا هوى والله ما كان على بالي يا هوى قمرك تولع يسأل عليك طال انشغالي وياك يا غالي وانا انجرالي خلاني ادوب بهواك ايش معنى
You want to integrate almost, but we have bought one from New Delhi. I bought the same knife like this. That one is a Nepal design, something like this also. It's probably in that one. You can't get it, yeah? Oh, that's what it's. The hotel is good.
قمر الدول ولع عينك قلبي بيسألني عنك أتريني بفكر معقول أكون
Perfect.
والله ما كان على بالي والله ما كان على بالي Thank you for those who still with us. I see we are still having difficulty to. He is online, but apparently the internet connection is very very bad. The signal is very 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 weak. Let me try to get him uh, via phone, if it is possible. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, he's just sent me a message here. It says accessing your camera. Is your camera? He is there. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All okay. It's all switched on now. Let me try and call him on the phone and see if he's able to connect. Okay, he can hear you. You can hear me, but I cannot hear you, or neither can see you. Uh, Hello, hello, Salami. Yeah, his connection is really bad. His connection is really bad. Let me try and catch him again. Listen, connect. Try connect him via handphone, via mobile phone. Well, even trying to get through with him on a mobile phone is also challenging. Salami, you can hear me, right?
Faisal.
Hello, assalamualaikum.
So,
Hello.
Walaikum Assalam wa rahmatullah. I'm on. I'm trying to connect, but the signal is so bad.
Oh yes. So how are you, Yahi?
I can't say you, I can't hear you, but I'm trying to speak, but there's nothing.
Yeah, I cannot hear you at all. Yeah, it's okay, but I can hear you from a phone now. You're using the phone right now, right?
Sorry?
You're connecting with me
Yep, yep, yep.
on the phone, right?
The connection is too bad. I'm about to cry.
No,
I'm undressing now, but what
it's
to do?
yeah, it's okay, no problem, no problem. Just want to check with you if you can, if you uh, you're trying to connect again. Yes, it's okay, thank you. But this is Salami.
Wow, what can I say?
Very nice photo, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like that.
Yeah, this was taken way back in 2013 when I visited Yemen. That was the last time that I visited Yemen before the war, before the civil war.
Until what can I do?
Yeah, a long time ago. And I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but it's very famous restaurant. They sell the fish and all those things there.
Not too nice. Not too nice.
Now your internet connection is getting better now. Just now it was red, and now it's what you call that? It's getting green now. So your connection is green, but I'm hearing you through. It's okay. I'm hearing you from the phone. But I'm not able to see your face now, which I was so looking forward to see. I've not seen you for so long. By the way, how's Yemen?
Okay. Okay, let's try to connect the camera to switch on. Let's try again.
Yeah, sure.
It's about
Well, that's the ladies and gentlemen. This is what I love about live show. It's very, it can be very challenging. Last week, when we had a session with a good friend of mine, Dr. Omid from Iran, yeah, we do get the disconnected once. Yeah, we did get disconnected once, and now I'm trying to connect with a good friend of mine, Salami in Yemen. Uh,
the connection is too, like,
yeah.
wait, wait, I'm sorry to fix it. I'm sorry to fix it.
Right now, you are hearing his voice via my via the cell phone. Yeah? I'm connecting with him via mobile phone uh, on a normal line. But the internet connection is really bad. And let me let me check. Let me check the some of the messages that comes in. Mr. Tan Kok Sing, thank you, Mr. Tan, for being with us almost every week. For being with us on Midnight Coffee. Yeah. And also Dr. Josio. Hello to Midnight Lovers. Thank you, Dato, for joining us despite the challenges that we face. Yeah, but it's okay. We will still attempt to connect with him, and hopefully we are able to catch a glimpse of Salami and get an update of Yemen as to how the situation is like. Uh, well, just continue to try, Salami. While I wait for you, try to connect with me. Sorry, Datuk Yo also commented that Yemen is always close to Malaysian. Oh yes, very true. Yeah, I think before the war, I have to go to. I mean, I go to Yemen twice, almost twice a year. Yeah, twice a year. But that was the latest that we were there. I was there, and oh, you also have Abdullah Mutahar. Abdullah, Assalamualaikum. كيف حالك يا أخي?
Yes, Waalaikumsalam.
Yeah,
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing good. What about you, Dr. How's everything in South Malaysia?
yeah. You can see the comment. Salami, you can see the comment. It's okay, no problem. Continue to try. I need to get your audio because right now I'm listening via your phone, via the phone. Yeah, via your phone. And Abdullah is asking me which app do I use. Okay, app I use? Uh, uh, I use
Okay.
Restream to feed live to YouTube and also to Facebook. So I hope that will answer your question. Yeah, Abdullah. And please hang on while Salami is trying to trying to connect with us. So far, his connection is he is connected with us. It's just that his camera and audio is it is not coming in, and he was saying that he's so sorry because the bad connection. He is about to get so nervous because of the connection. No worries, Salami. It's okay. These things happen. Yeah, this thing happen, especially in.
Yes, I'm trying my best. Okay. Okay. Mr. Faisal.
Yes, I'm here.
Hello.
Hello, yes. Hello, Salami. You are still connected with me
Yes,
on the
I'm
phone.
in.
Yeah. You are still connected with me on the phone. Okay, tell me about Yemen. What's happening in Yemen nowadays? Well, we see he just got disconnected earlier. Again, disconnected. And let's see. Uh, Abdullah was saying there is that I think you have to use Google Meet with the Salami. We can hear Mr. Salami. Yeah, Farah Faisal. Thank you, Farah, for being very avid follower of Midnight Coffee. Uh, but I think now his phone is disconnected as well. Yeah. So he's texting me via Facebook. Uh, okay, Salami, how are you? I mean, just give me if you are able to reconnect again on WhatsApp call. I mean, on a WhatsApp call would be just fine. We will have our conversation via mobile if that is okay with you. I'm trying to connect with him again because he was disconnected just now. Hello. No worries, these things happen. Yeah, that's what the. I see that. I see that. Salami is calling. Hello, Salami. Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum. Hello. Hello, Salami. Hello. 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 I mean, again, disconnected via mobile. Okay, that's the situation in Yemen. Because I think the war, I mean the civil war and civil unrest that's happening in Yemen is taking a hit on quite a lot of people, yeah, in Yemen, and I was very keen to get to know what is happening in Yemen because uh, we've seen a lot of advertisement about NGOs, yeah, on whether it's on the social media, whether it's Facebook, IG, or YouTube, and all those things. People will uh, people are asking for a donation for to help the people in Yemen where they have issues with water and all those things. Um Okay, Abdullah says cannot reach him due to most of the app close. Need to open a VPN. Wow. Now we're going to go into very technical now. Yep. I think that's true. VPN is not accessible. I mean, it is a direct line, but should be if that is the case, then what you call that? We'll try on a VPN the next time. Thank you, Abdullah, for giving the suggestion. And while Farah was saying that while waiting for Mr. Salami, perhaps you can share your experience being in Yemen a few years back. Okay, there's a lot of experience, a lot of experience that I faced when I was in Yemen. Is a very I have a full load of slideshow, but which I can share, but not at this point of time. What's happening is that Yemen is a very nice, peaceful country at that point of time when I was in 2013, when I was there in 2013, and Sana'a, the capital, is the most beautiful place, and I love the food. Yeah, one thing I like about Yemen is the food. The food is fabulous. Yeah, and you can get quite a lot of things, and in terms of traveling, I've shown a short video just now about a short video. when I was in Yemen, and you can see the traffic is like normal. It's just that when we pass through some of the building, yeah, when we pass through some of the building, you can see the uh, the remains of some of the building that was hit by either what you call that heavy artillery, heavy artillery. Even we passed through a building earlier where you can see it was hit by a RPG, RPG, which is a rocket launcher, yeah, a launcher that hit the building, and you see that some of the buildings are got torn down. But and in terms of driving, I think yeah, everybody wants to get where they want to go. So you have to be quite a daredevil there to drive in to drive in Yemen. Yeah, and most of the cars are dented and scratched, but there's no such thing as people arguing or fighting, because and everybody accepted. Now if you touch each other, the car just touch each other, and then people will just raise their hand and say sorry and then move on. I love that. I mean, as they say, shit happens. Just like our life now. When there's the two, some they are very good drivers, yeah. And then when they pass through each other, it's very close, and then it's okay if they just happen to touch one another, they will just wind down the what you call that, wind down the windscreen, and then just say sorry, hello, and then they move on. Okay, that's my the experience that one of some of the experience that I can share. And then the food is cheap. Yeah, the food is cheap. I remember because I went there for about a week or two, so we stayed in the service apartment. Yeah, we stay in the service apartment, and we have to the food is cheap, so we usually eat out. But on weekend, where we don't go to work, the week Friday is the weekend, yeah, because of the Friday prayers and all those things. So on Saturday, I actually go with a few colleagues of mine. We go to the wet market, and believe me, a huge lobster, costs about 10 ringgit Malaysia. 10 ringgit Malaysia. One piece, huge lobster. And I have to take a photo of it, and request the fishmonger, if I can take a photo of the lobster and all things for memory. Yeah, yeah, okay. He said they are friendly people, they allow. So we took a photo. Huge lobster cost 10 ringgit. So we bought 3. And ever since that, I always go there to buy lobsters and lobster, and then we just cook French style or Malaysian style or Yemeni style, and all those things does not matter, and it tastes good because it's so fresh. Yeah, it is so fresh. The seafood is very, 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 very fresh. In fact, they even allow you to they even allow you to buy those fish or any of the seafood, and then you can go to the restaurant. This is the restaurant that I had with Salami. Yeah, this one of this restaurant. It's very popular. You can give them the fish or the lobster or the crab or whatever that you bought, and then they will cook it for you, and they will ask you what sort of dish that you want. So it's a very interesting way, yeah, way of doing of eating, yeah. And when I'm going to talk about food, because that's what I enjoy most in Yemen and in Sana'a, which is the capital. This is where every time I go to Yemen, Yeah, the bread is huge. Yes, Farah, very true. Farah was saying the bread is huge. Yeah, and we can get it now here in Malaysia. We can get it at Hadramaut. I always go to Hadramaut to have to have this Yemeni food. But what I'm saying here is that in Old Sana'a, they have a market there. Yeah, they have a market there, and what you call that? Um, they have fresh fruits, and the fruits, I tell you, honestly, the fruits are so fresh, and the figs, it's just like you take the figs or the apple, or it's just like being plucked from the tree, and then you can just take it home and then just cut it and then eat it, and it's very tasty, it's very sweet. um and what I'm trying to get at is that there's one shop that sells spices. It's a huge I wouldn't say shop, it's more like a warehouse where you can get all the spices from all over the all over the place. Yeah, because the old Sana'a is actually part of the Silk Road routing, yeah, or routing. If you're American, you say routing. If you're British, you say routing, where they are still they still preserve some of those places, like the hotel, a mini hotel or motel, where a lot of travelers, when they're traveling through the Silk Road, they drop by and then tie up their camels, their horses, or whatever the thing is, and then it's still there at that point of time in 2013. So we can see the shed for the horses, the stable for the horses, camels, and all those things. But when we go to the house, to the warehouse that sells the spices, that is where every time I come back to Yemen, my wife will say that my shirt and my bag all will smell like spices, because that's the best you can get. You can get masala spices, you can get the lamb masala, you can get whatever you can. Even the chili, they have about 114 types of chili powder. 114 types of chili powder, from the least painful to the most painful. Yeah, to the most painful chili powder. So it's a heaven for food lovers in Yemen. It's just that it is quite sad. It's quite sad that civil unrest is happening there, and we are no longer able to access. Yeah, and because of the, if you notice in the video that I was showing, even when we want to get into the hotel, I mean, the road is one thing when they sell along the street, but when we get into the hotel, you notice that we were stopped before the entry. They have all these what you call that, spikes along the roads, to along the entrance, yeah, and barriers to prevent all those unnecessary activists to come in with explosive or guns and whatever not. um, they will do a thorough check on the car, or in that point of time where we were in a taxi, and then they will check under the hood, in the engine area, under the car. They will have all those mirrors to look for anything, and one is okay, then we get into the front part of the hotel. That means the Porsche. And then getting into the hotel is another screening. It's just like going through the airport screening. Yeah, you have all the X-ray machines and the metal detectors that you have to run through. And once you are clear, and then only then you can get into the hotel to do the check-in and all those things. But life is very simple. The life is pretty simple. And every night, I remember, every night, uh, Faisal is our local Malaysian, and his wife Ain. Faisal and Ain, yeah, our local Malaysian who are stationed there. So they will take us out. They will take us out to see the night area, the nightlife of Yemen. And we always at the end of the day we will stop by one very famous tea shop. Uh, a tea shop. The old man, very old man, very elderly. I think not elderly. I think it's very old man. He prepared the tea in a very special way, and you will see that people are queuing up just to get the taste of the tea at his shop, and it's been operating there for so many years. And every tourist, you will see busload of tourists. Even the locals will go and have their tea there. But the thing is, Yemen, they drink tea. Yeah. Yes, Mr. Tan Kok saying yes. Me too. Yeah. Mr. Tan Kok Seng was saying, I'm praying for a peaceful world. Yes, me too. So that after this pandemic, we can go back to places. And if you want to go to Yemen, please tag me along. We were going to have a very a good time there. Yeah. But as I was saying, because of the control that they have, Yemen, Sana'a is where all the embassies are. So it's very controlled by the military and all those things, so that you don't have any issues there. But uh, we try to go to a port called Mocha Port. Mocha Port is where the place where they export a coffee bean. And Yemen, uh, believe it or not, Yemen has the best coffee bean in the world. So a lot of people will be debating about it, but Yemen has the best coffee bean in the world. And their coffee bean are exported through this port called Mocha, and that's how Mocha coffee originates from. Yeah, Mocha coffee originates originally from Yemen, because it's exported uh, via the port called Mocha, and it goes travel up to Turkey, and then from that Mediterranean area it just cross over to the European countries. That's how Mocha coffee get into the Western world, and it originates from Yemen. The other very good export in Yemen is the honey. Yeah, honey, and they have so many types of honey. In fact, that is also another place that I always visit whenever I'm in Yemen. I go for their food, coffee, tea, and honey, because I will buy by the jugs, and they have various type of for honey. Yeah, you have honey is specifically designed for specially made, not made, specially harvested just for the ladies. Yeah, just for the ladies. Honey just for the ladies, honey just for men, honey just for married men, honey for married women, and so many types of honey. And if you were to go, they call it cider or something like that. Yeah, if you go to a shop, and then they will see that, they will have an array of all those honey for you to test and all those things. And relatively is considered cheap if we were to do a conversion. Yeah. So that is why when in Yemen, uh, food is relatively affordable. Yeah, affordable, where the olive and all those things are very fresh, and you can just eat it. And a friend of mine, Datuk Gail, if I'm not mistaken, she's surprised that every time I go to the market, I will always buy about 1/2 kilo to 1 kilo of olive, green or black olive, and I can finish it just one night. Olive. But what I'm trying to say here is that there are a lot of things, history. There are a lot of history, and if you want to look at architectures, old Sana'a is the best place to look at architecture in terms of the design, building design, and those things. Apart from people said in Iran is Esfahan, so Esfahan is to Iran, is Sana'a to Yemen. So in terms of architecture and all those things, and as you can see in my promo, promo photo of my live video. I have an aerial view of Sana'a, where we were taken to a restaurant on a quite a high level, where we can see down on the activities on in Sana'a. Yeah, so that's how it is in terms of old Sana'a. And we cannot Talal, I remember Talal took us to places where uh, to places where we want to go and visit his tribe, but we were stopped by the military police because we carry Malaysian passport. There's four of us that was carrying Malaysian passport. Unless if it is only Yemeni, they would allow these people to go to the Sheikh palace, or they call it palace, but it's actually a huge bungalow house with all those followers there. I think it's huge. I just look at the photo and say, wow, this is huge. So, but we were stopped. We were not able to go across. But nevertheless, it is an experience. And also in Yemen, you will see that as we drop by and having dinner in one of the restaurant, you will see people walking around with a knife, a very unique knife that they wear it on the belt, and they put in front of stomach area. Then they put a knife there, so everybody is going around with a knife. And sometimes you see people with a knife and also going around with an AK-47. I have a photo, but as I said, because uh, I expect to be connected with Salami. If but a lesson learned is that I have to prepare a slideshow every time when I'm going to go into a war zone, or trying to do live with countries that's having a civil unrest. Yeah, the AK-47, and then it is. It is normal. People going around with an AK-47 and a Glock, yeah, and some of them carry Glock, just like normal accessories. So they have knives, AK-47, and a Glock as their accessories as they go around. But it's safe. It's just like when how I was. Misjudged about Iran. Yeah, last week I discussed with Dr. Omid when I first when I was supposed to go to Iran. I was a bit worried because there was so much bad pressing about Iran, uh, how uh, how unstable it is. But when I touch down in Tehran, and then I go around and all those things, it's very peaceful, and people are very friendly. And same goes with Yemen. Yeah, people are very friendly. Yeah, people are very friendly. Don't be deceived by their look, because everybody looks so like with all those beard and all those things, and then with the AK-47 on the slinging while walking with the knife around the belt. So people tend to fear the place. But as I was saying, it's a friendly. It's just that the language is a barrier, because they speak Arabic, and my Arabic is very bad. A little bit here and there, yes, but more than that, no. So, but we managed to have people like, I managed to have people like Salami, Talal, Hassam, and a few others, yeah, that took us around and converse in Arabic, yeah. Only the big shop have people or sales representative that is able to converse in multiple language, yeah. Uh, they can, some of them even can speak French. And there's one shop when I bought the abaya. Abaya is a jubah, ya. In bahasa Malaysia is jubah. In Arabic is abaya. I bought few sets for my missus, and one of the shop owner is able to converse in bahasa Malaysia. So when he asked me where you from, I said Malaysia, Malaysia. Oh, Malaysia. Apa khabar? Baik. So chit chat, we get discount. So it's a very interesting it's very interesting what you call that, a very interesting stay that I have over in Yemen. And of course with foreigners, they would prefer to deal with you in either real or in US dollar. So it's when you convert and all those things, it is still affordable. Yeah, still affordable. So if you ask me, how's Yemen? I said technically safe at that point of time in 2013, but the effect of war, the effect of war can be seen in many places, and it's sad. Yeah, it's sad. When I walk around the buildings, when we want to go to, yes, Abdullah was saying, yeah, Jambia. Yeah, Jambia. Jambia is the knife that has a curve there. When I walking around, it's pretty safe. There's no people going around mugging and all those things. I mean, compared to my stay in New York, I think it's safer here. It's safer in Yemen than in New York. But again, everybody is going around with AK-47 or Glock, so nobody. But so I think that's how it's. But what I'm trying to get at is that during the daytime, you can see in some of the building the remains, yeah, the remains of war. It gives you some sense of how shall I say it? Uh, some sense of the word just slipped my mind. What I'm trying to get at, looking at the building, you can see the artillery, the all those big guns that is firing at that, and you see the half of the building disappear because of the RPG, the rocket launchers, and I mean the rocket and all those things. It gives you a sense of being the gratefulness, being grateful that here we in Malaysia, we don't face all these problems. Of course, we have all this politician being politician. I'm not going to go into politics, but politician being politician, they will say whatever they like, and especially with the election coming up in Malacca, and you can see on YouTube and on Facebook, there's a lot of people commenting and people all these things. But I let them handle those things. But what I'm saying here is that we don't face all this civil unrest, and we can still go out to work and all those things. And recently we celebrate the our friends practicing Hinduism, yeah, those practicing Hinduism, the Indians, they are celebrating Deepavali, and they are very fortunate because we have lifted the MCO or EMCO or whatever. Not people can cross the state, cross the borders and all those things. So people are celebrating, and you see that everybody is visiting the house and all those things and having good time. So what I'm saying here is that it gave me, standing in that building, I have a photo of a building where almost half of it gone, and with all the graffiti there, it gives a sense of realization that uh, we should be working. We should be yeah, we can disagree, but disagree to agree. But once a decision is been made, so just move on, and then stop fighting and then start working together. Because a war has I wouldn't say war. I mean, even civil unrest between tribes and whatever not created a lot of casualties, and not only in terms of the death, but also disabilities, loss of other things, limb or legs or whatever not. And it affects the mental state of people, and we have to ask what sort of world that we want to live for our children. Yeah. So it is It is a what you call that. There is a word, the English word, but it's just slipped my mind. I start with a reckoning. Yeah, it's a reckoning. Seeing the war, it's a give us a different perspective. But one thing that I notice that one of the areas that I like is that along the street there's a lot of this bottle. I mean, I wouldn't say bottle, pot, where with a small tap. So anyone, a tourist or people who just walk, and if they get thirsty, they can just take the water. I mean, whatever cup that they have is some provide with the disposable cup. Some carry their own water bottle. Yeah, so you can just go to the tap. To the pot, and then just pour in the water, and then you can just drink it from there. It's just free for all. Yeah, and it's along the road, and the shopkeepers or the people who stays in the housing area, whatever not, will just provide for anyone. Yeah, so that is one thing that I see that is good. Yeah, that is good. And that I think is a something that we should consider. Yeah, especially in public parks where we see there are a lot. I mean, if you go to the parks where you see children are playing and all those things, yeah, we don't provide tap. Those days, yes, I remember in the 60s when I was growing up, there's a public tap where people can just access to wash your feet, your hands, your whatever not, and the tap water in the 60s is so clean that you can drink direct from there. Now you have to go through so many filtration system to drink from the tap. But that's the situation that we are facing. Yeah, and that's a little bit of the experience that I have. I mean, I can do a narrative of the whole thing complete with the slideshow. But what I'm trying to get at is from the time that I stepped down the plane, it gives me a sense of security, regardless of what the bad pressing. So sometimes we have to source information from reliable sources, because there are people, I mean, there are certain group of people who just do bad pressing. So any country will face that. People write bad things about China, people write bad things about India, people write bad things about Malaysia, people write bad things about Iran, people write bad things about Yemen, people write bad things about US. So every country will have this sort of group of people who will just come out with what you call that, propaganda, their own propaganda for whatever reason they are doing it. And now Afghanistan, ever since Taliban took over, now a lot of main huge big media is doing bad pressing on Afghanistan. But trust me, if we were to be able to visit Afghanistan, I think it will change our mind, because it will be similar like in Iran or Yemen. It's very peaceful and people are very friendly, and things are pretty much accessible at that point of time. I think a war has made a lot of things that created a lot of uh, problems. I wouldn't say challenges, yeah, and for many countries. So that's it, viewers. I do apologize that we are not able to get Salmi online, but that's normal. Uh, because this is not the first time. As I said, when I was trying to get in touch with Dahlan in Palestine, they have curfew on electricity and all those things at the same time. Because if we were to look at the what you call that, the time zone, in Sana'a right now is coming up to 1959, coming up to 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Yeah, 8 p.m. while we are coming up to 1 a.m. In Tehran is 20:30, so it's already 8:30 in Tehran, and Palestine and will be around that time as well. So they will have curfew and all those things. So in Sana'a just now, Salami, one the internet connection is very unstable. Yeah, sometimes it's on, sometimes it's off, and sometimes it's green, sometimes it's yellow, and most of the time red, and that's why he got disconnected. So basically, that's how life is, and I would try to get Salami again. He suggested that uh, please we let's try and do it another time. Yeah, I will go to a place that have high connection. That means a more stable internet connection. When I was there, the internet connection is quite stable. Yeah, because we use those devices and all those things. But that's I want to know because running projects, especially humanitarian projects in area where you have a lot of civil unrest and all those things, is very challenging. Yeah, I've lost contact with my friend in Bosnia because I remember at one point of time we went to Bosnia Herzegovina under the UN Malbat. To help Bosnia to rebuild. Yeah, and it's not easy. It's not easy because you there's so many factors that you need to deal with. Not only the human factor, but also the psychological factor. I mean the economy and all those things. I mean post-war, what do you expect? Everybody, all the economic activity stops and all those things, and politically it's not stable yet and all those things. But you need people to move the initiatives, and people have trauma, PTSD they call it, suffering from all this effect of war. So what I'm saying here is that what we'll do is I'll just take some of the few comments before we sign off. I just want to say Mr. Tan Kok Seng again, praying for peaceful world. Yes, I too hope for new peace all around the world. And then a very new information, I didn't know mocha coffee, coffee bean exported from mocha pot. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and then perhaps re-invite. Yeah, no worries, we understand. Perhaps can try to re-invite Mr. Salami in the next episode. Mr. Tan is saying good night. Good night, Mr. Tan, thank you for staying with us. Yeah, it has been a pleasure having you every week. Yeah. And Abdullah, yes, maybe I can also join in the discussion if possible. Yes, Abdullah, I will take up on your offer. Yeah, I know you are also from Yemen. I've seen you in Malaysia before. We've met before in Malaysia, and I will connect with you, and then we will invite you and Salami together. Just in case I lost Salami, I have Abdullah. Yeah, we'll do that sort of arrangement. So lesson learned is that a peaceful country, politically stable country is very important for any projects, economic development, and all those things to take place. Yeah. Yes, Abdullah, and then Farah was saying, great idea, Abdullah Motaha. Yes, thank you, Farah, for being with us almost every, not say almost every weekend. Farah is with us, Mr. Tan, like Mr. Tan, and also with Datuk Jelsio. So with that, what we'll do is that I will sign out from the live stream, and I will just share with you again the video that I took to see to please look closely on some of the buildings that have all the remains of the effect of war, and finally at the hotel room where we have to go through a very various layers of security. When inside the hotel, I'm no longer allowed to shoot, so I can only shoot from the cab, the taxi that took us. Yeah, just let's have a second look on the video. So on the left, you see some of the remains of the areas where it's being war torn on the left. And you can see right coming up in front is a building that was attacked by various artilleries and all those things. Yeah, this is old Sana'a. Yes, very true. And coming up, we see the holes on the right side of the building. So these are all the artilleries that was hit by artilleries. So these are the remains that they're trying to clear off. Again, you see the remains of civil unrest that's happening. This is a street. It's normal, I think. So this is the knife. If you look at the people that's going around, they will have gambia, jambia or something like that. They will go around with jambia on the belt.
That one is like Nepal design, something like
Yeah,
that.
and we're having conversation with the background music of Amir Diab, Amarin. So we are coming to the normal street again. As you can see, it's rather peaceful. But you can see the van running around with the doors open, and we are coming into the turn that takes us to our hotel. I see how the drivers they just come out. Okay, this is the hotel, Silva Hotel, and you can see that. Yeah, see all the spikes, and the security guard at the back there is bringing down the barrier. Yeah, he's bringing down the barrier for us to be able to get in. So they are doing all the metal detection check and all those things, opening up the boot. Yeah, and while the other guy is using the undercarriage camera to look at any things that we carry in the car underneath. Sabah Hotel, yeah, Sabah Hotel, that's right. And once we are okay, you will see the guy will just remove the spike. Yeah, remove the spike for us to get into the hotel. And this is a traditional Lebanese song. So add over the radio. So just now was the modern song. Now is the normal traditional song. Okay, that's it, viewers. Thank you for staying with us. I see there's still a lot of few viewers still hanging on with us. Thank you very much for being with us. And Abdullah, I will take up your what you call that. I will take up the offer. We'll chat maybe later tomorrow, and we'll see how we can collaborate with Salami as well. Yeah. Until then, please stay safe, take care, follow the SOP, and I wish you a very good morning, Sunday morning here in Malaysia right now, coming up to 1:10. And with that, I wish you a very good morning and a blessed Sunday. Thank you very much for being with us. Be blessed.
Thank you, everyone.